Hello, it's Friday. Hi, Misty. That's a 40 stream. Hello. Hope you're doing well. I'm a little tired, but I'm honestly all right. Like, the day has been something, but I'm good. Yeah, you know what? I did not took the jacket off. Hi, hello. Work was ass. Oh yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah. Look, it's weekend time. You know what? It's weekend. It's the weekend. We're going to live with this. It's the weekend. uh, hope you're doing fine. Everyone's doing well. We all survived this week. Yay! A new month is soon. A new month soon. Because, oh my god. Yeah. Oh god. But yeah, new emotes since yesterday. I'm so happy with them. I'm so happy. I ask when I ask for the emotes, I only ask for like I ask for B, like, oh, I don't know which one I want if it's either me or Hallie. Have fun choosing. She delivered both. So yeah. I'm doing well. A lot more things than expected, like, are coming together way faster than I thought. Like, I'm streaming tomorrow. Heads up, I'm streaming tomorrow. I thought I had more time before this, but I'm streaming tomorrow. Something's happening tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. Four at four. Let me look. Let me look. Here. Here. Let me look. Is it four? Yeah, it seems to be tomorrow at four. Oh boy. Surprise! Yeah. I don't think they've announced it, so I don't want to say too much. So yeah, something's happening tomorrow. Surprise! uh, yeah, I'm doing well. Like, I had a couple of rough days. Today was not easy, but it was not. I've been through worst. I don't know how bad it is, but I've been through worse. So I know today was not the worst one I had. But we are. How should I say this? I'm in need of help in my day job, and the people above me are like, "Oh yeah, you need help." No shit, man. I've been telling you this for like 3 months now. I need help. And now they've changed some of the stuff, and now I'm reaching a point of like I have my own small team. Like, and when I do mean small team, is like, um, there's one person above me, which is just there by name. They just told me like, since I don't have the level of this, they're just there like, I'm just filling it by a name. It's your team, it's your things, it's your responsibilities, mainly. They will take the hit for for shits if it happens because they have their names there, but they fully trust me. So there's them above me, there's me, and I have two people with me. One that's coming and going, like they'll be doing like barely 2 hours a day, barely an hour a day. They're just if we need their help, still tag in. And I've now been working on having a fourth member. I have to train them, and today was the third person I'm trying to train. Third or fourth? Third. Yes, third. It's the third person I'm trying to train for this job, and they're like, "Oh, it's easy. Proceed to do the worst thing." To put it simple, I avoided a lot of shits, and now this third person today I was asked by my lead, like, "Oh, how did it go?" I just said, "No, we're not taking this one." Saying people are quitting as a result, which caused a bigger strain. Oh my god, I feel you. Oh, I feel this. But yes, I'm lucky that our main customer just said, yes, give this person a team. Like they've okayed it. They've okayed everything. So now here I am, slowly having a small team. We're small. There was going to be only 4 of us. And I'm just trying to get a 4th person. I know who I want. That's the issue. Like, I know who I could ask, and I know they will have the judgment of doing this job, like without issue. I could teach them for 2-3 days, and they'll be good for the rest of the time. I won't even need to do it to tag in at all. But this person told me like, oh, they don't feel ready for this kind of work. They're unsure about it. They're unsure about our talents. Like, I understand. I'm not going to push it. Next week, I am going to try to please give it a try. I know you'll like this. But I feel you, Misty. I feel you. Like, for the past 3 months, I've been overworked so bad. Like, especially since December. December has been very hard on me mentally with what I do in C. Like, respecting NDA. I'm seeing a lot of explicit content, spicy stuff, which some are, they're fine, they're good. I don't have an issue with. Others that are like, oh, this is bad. This is near the point of illegal, man. So yeah, I'm seeing shits. But to be fair, I still like the job. I still like the job. It's just uh since December, it's just been a lot. I've just seen and had a lot on me. But hey, I have a team, so this is gonna help. This is gonna help. How about we switch? How about we switch to Final Fantasy 14? Let me even the music right now, it's not the mood. Not the mood. I need to do a proper playlist because this is like my normal playlist, but just not purified, but just like it's just random shit. Like you'll have this, you'll have some apocalyptica, you'll have there's literally Phantom of the Opera over there. I have some Miku songs. I got some Pink Floyd. Like I got everything in this. Like I need a team soundtrack for when I stream. Like I need something more. Yes, yes. All right. How about we switch for Final Fantasy 14? Also, I've been thinking of like, yes, we have the Final Fantasy month. But I know right now I'm still pushing Final Fantasy 14. I might take a break for it just to like breathe. But I want to keep the Friday Fantasy. What I was thinking of doing like we have a whole month coming, so this will not change. It will be for after the month of like every Friday. It's a Final Fantasy game, but I don't not just Final Fantasy 14. This will allow me to like play Final Fantasy 3, which I don't know the most, but it's good. It will allow me to do like other Final Fantasy for more than just waiting a full year until I can play another one. Like Final Fantasy 4 is one of my favorite. Final Fantasy 6 is my favorite. Playing the old 7 in the next chapter coming up too. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's in my turn is in March, cuz February is busy for me. Like I've looked at my stuff. I was like, I cannot do proper work for February for this. So I decided, so I talked with Moss and told Moss like, hey, I'll take my turn in March if you don't mind. So my turn will be in March. I cannot wait. I'm excited for this. I'm very excited for this because this will bring me back to play Minecraft. And I'll stream the shit out of it. It's going to be fun. Because I think we're playing on the latest version or the latest version of it. So at the same time, for me, it's like, oh, new stuff. But I've been saving build ideas on the side for stuff. Like, I want to do these kind of builds in like a Minecraft world or something. I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait, and I'll do them in this. Give them proper. I don't want to say lore, but stories to this stuff. Like, yeah, I'm very excited for this. I was very happy at Musk contacting me for this. Also, like, do you want to be part of this? I'm like, yes, please let me in. Alright, let's switch. Boop. Alright, boop. It's okay. To be fair, it's very rare that if someone arrives to me with a project idea like, "Would you want to do this?" I think I said no to 2-person, mainly due to the fact that they wanted to do something and be like, "Yeah, this is not time-wise. I cannot do this." And that's pretty much it, I think. I never said no to someone like, oh, this does not fit me, or I don't want to take part of this. I'm always open to ideas. I'm always open to things. If someone arrived to me, like, offer me, hey, would you like to do this? If I say, actually, how can I say this? If I say no to a project, it's because either I know I cannot, it's not my style, it's not something I will enjoy as much, or I just don't have the time for it. Those are my main reasons. But to be fair, this is rare. This is going to be rare. Alright, let me. Game sound is on. Let's turn up the music. Oh, this is. That's actually updates. Yeah, it is for tomorrow. Tomorrow 4 p.m. I'll be streaming, guys. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm really excited. Timing is crucial. Yes. Timing is crucial. Like, yeah, I'm rethinking. Like, aside those 2 times, which were like, oh, they wanted me to be like part of something big. I said no to. No, wrong. I said no to 3. One was nearly about to start, and I took myself out because I had too much on my plate, and I was like, I'm going to burn myself out if I continue on this. So I said, I'm sorry, I apologize, and stepped out. But from my understanding, the project, I'm just noticing that, Hallie, you need to hide the chat. There you go, thank you. From my understanding, that project never went to work in the end. From my understanding. But aside from that, overall, I'm happy to take part. Like, if someone arrived to me with an idea for a project or anything, it's rare I'll say no. Also, Misty, I'm seeing that Cult of the Lamb symbol in your chat, and I'm like, I was so tempted to play Cult of the Lamb. Maybe someday? Maybe someday. You know what? Maybe someday. I want to play Cult of the Lamb. I didn't have the new... Okay. I was gifted Cult of the Lamb on PC. And I did get myself the latest DLC. So I'm like, I'm tempted to play. Alright. Let's start this. A Great Divide. This is 2.3. Our friends every hile itself, everyone. Oh, wait. You should not be like that. Thank you. No. No, it avails us not to speculate. Yeah, she will sell the word if there are any development. Till such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I will speak a different matter, one closer to home. I'm going to restart the original. I'm only 2 hours in. I haven't touched it in months, and I'll get the DLC. It's actually a good idea, because some of the DLC do had a lot. And yeah, like, when I started Cult of the Lamb, I think I had 2 DLC in, which didn't confuse me much. But I was like, oh, I have 2 DLC with it, I'll play with it. And I had so much fun. So when I told one of my friends, like, oh, I'm tempted to get the game again, but for PC, because it would be easier for me to stream, and I got more people. I got all my friends I have it on PC. I want to play with them. Ah! They just said, well, look at your Steam account. What do you mean my Steam account? And I went to look, and I had Cult of the Lamb waiting for me. With, I think he gifted me with 1 or 2 DLC. So I was like, let me grab the others. So yeah, a part of me wants to play Cult of the Lamb, and I hope I can play with friends. This is a weird part for me. Like, I used to play a console. I'm a console gamer mainly due to the fact that the way I'm positioned and things like that. And I did not have a PC at the time, so I wasn't a console gamer. Either my main game or a console. But now that I have a good PC with the streaming, I was like, I want those games on PC now. And all my friends are playing on PC. I want to play with them. I need to rebuy those games. That's why I bought Elden Ring again. But I don't care. I'll play with my friends on PC. And there's some games like, for example, Baldur's Gate 3. I took part in the early access when it was there, so I already have it. And I had someone I know from the studio, and let's just say that my console version was not very expensive. Anyway, it concerning terrific fluctuation, which we had previously attributed to good King Mughal Mug the 12. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet, all is not well in the 12's wood. Our latest reading reveals an ongoing etheric disturbance of coincidental magnitude. You may suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrant immediate investigation. I will have you. Interruption. Celia, I don't wish to interrupt, but We have a problem. Okay. What manner of a problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Ulda this time, are come to Revenant Stall seeking asylum. It seems they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Dormans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven, awaiting for formal response. I see. Yeah, this was not to be expected. This was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Asilia, you know full well we haven't the resource to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duty noted. I will hear them. They will their suit. I shall be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Yay, let's go see refugee people. Yeah, there it's outside. Yeah, there it is. Apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Mephilia and I lead the Sign of the Seven Dawn. 12 before as it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task, and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourself. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Fulda for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the ones we got took. Of what we got took. They say that there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as we would sully his soul sooner than his spawn. Any road, the flames do what they can for us, of course, but they ain't near enough. It is only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our back. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to like what happened with the calamity 5 years ago. Of like, with the Garlean Empire invading and taking control of Helamigo. These are Helamigan refugees which were never properly received. And last stream we also heard of like the Sultana saying like law is law, and she was not helping out the refugee, which led us to the Domans, the people from Doma not to be taken, and now they decide that, oh yeah, let's bring those people to Revenant Toll because we can offer them work, and it's like work for us, and we'll provide shelter and food. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where, and then it came to me, Revenant Toll. Yeah, no. You took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we hesitated the Doman's petitions for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight. I understand that it is not possible for organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. So it was great regret that I must deny your request. Nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us. I might have a word. What's up? Hail tidings from Hilda, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. What? How? If it might be, according to the Flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently lashing out at any and everyone. Maybe right? Why would they? Must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. I said, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. We're not the ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugee attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. Oh boy. Yeah, final finno. Yeah. Let's keep the rich kid need a bodyguard. I get it. We were discussing earlier, then probably we'll see it, right? Alright, to Uldog. Don't know why there's so many people there. Right, where is Ulfa now? He's at the inn. Okay. Actually, he's at the inn. Eventually killed. Right.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
What happened, though?
Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
And they're all LFL.
So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. that the immortal flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Yep. Alright, we don't need hearings. Give me this. Blah blah. Being curious, the good name will continue to the Hall of Flame. Yep. Let's learn more about these riots. All right. You. Now is not a good time. My hands are full dealing with the refugee. First, anyone you wish to discuss, General? Alpha, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your surgeon. Surgeons? Yeah. Hurry of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout the Tanalan. We have sent what force we can spare to root out the last belligerent, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. That the majority of the 50 live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they will know the lay of the lands. What I don't understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I have thought that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but martial weaponry. The need already had such equipment is costly. None can deny that tension between Ul'dan citizens and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away, but would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms and your food? Think not. Nope, someone's purchasing weapon for them. What those who have not even a single guild to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. There's a traitor, someone's preparing a coup, someone's arming the rebellions. Well, the riot, the free refugees. Unfortunately, is that the powder cake of discontent was not set aligned by chance. These were deliberately set in motion. Yep. And now order must be restored. That is my first deal. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I don't have time to discuss this. My scout will be returning in on. Colonel's no fool. He keeps his own counsel with good cause. Were he to claim without the necessary proof that these riots were instigated by outside force, the monetarists will accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponent of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticisms in the days ahead. Our lives may stumble upon the truth in time, but I far more faith in your abilities. Therefore, I propose we conduct our whole investigation independent to the authorities. Yes, use my power of plot knowledge. To that end, I will have you make inquiries to the settlement with suspected of harboring belligerent. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own. We can regroup. Yeah, we're separate. Take each other's our own way. Perfect. Yo, Swift. Information. The preliminary report suspicious activities in the city of Los O. Alright. near Black Brush. Oh, okay, yeah, I know where it is. You teleport me, thank you. Hey. So are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugee left with a merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. And the foggiest what I'm talking about? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka, he will explain everything. Okay, what about you? As a furniture, then you've come to the right place. No, you won't find him. Yeah. You're not one of them, I beg your pardon, you're not a flame. But you speak to me, then I take you have agreed to help. We praise because we have a moment of waste. Everyone knows the flame are on march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spells, but not. Promise of evolution and retribution of holding ruling class to account the which is own, blah blah blah. In other words, yeah, there's people no doubt merchant will lead it. But if you find him before he does. Yeah. Go convince people to not do bad thing. Calm down. Follow the merchant and may the gods strike me down for my folly. When I asked how we revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fate, I thought about running then there, but the others were so excited. Split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. When their flame found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but they started arguing and they fight. And then everyone was fighting and the flames were shouting to give no quarter. The other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine. So in other words, someone is providing weapons to refugee or and they're telling them, oh yeah, go fight. Tangent wins. Yep. Which are the other side. Perfect. If I ever yep. More willing to kill you, you're alright. What out? Whoops, wrong target. Actually, let's oh, you're resistant. There we go. Not resistant enough. So, about what I asked. Yeah, like it was nothing. Tall little Maggie. What are we gonna do now? Just don't do bad things. Did you find my boyfriend? What are the twins? What happened? Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than let the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? Where else could it be? Unless this stone's throw to recruit others. Yeah, we're trying to play catch up at this point. Wished to approach the refugee stone's throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their force vicinity. Yep, now we go find. And right. Alright. Also, I've been thinking of other stuff. Like right now, this year, I had told when I was doing of like my goal for 2026 was having different gold team months. Well, I have one for next year because this year March will be occupied. But March of next year, I was thinking of like doing a Mario month or a month where I play Mario games. Because there's some I've played and finished. Other that was like, I don't actually finish them. I want to finish them. This is my parents. Well, sorry, kid. For the others, they said they would be back soon, but it's been days. They left the man from Ulda. The man that they were gonna change everything. I guess so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Say, miss, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. I mean, the man who left with my parents. Don't worry. Show me the LFL. That's not an LFL. Hey, look over there. That's him. This gullible fool shall be my next victim. Hi. May I have a words with you? That's what it doesn't. Okay, I can run there. He's right there. Boop. Boo. Hogan, why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution, it's preposterous. Who has filled you with these lies? Refugee? The self-same refugee who would terrorize the street of Ulda? You have no evidence to prove your accusation. None. No, we're not accompany you to the Halls of Flame. You have no right to detain me. For fuck's sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. You don't think I give a quicker ass about politics, because business, only business. Someone's getting shot. But no, I am not the ones you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Oh! I shot. Oh, this commotion. 7 hell. Tell the others, crowd and search the area. The killer might still be close. Whole adventurer will know more about the relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. Hi. Yes. So for the recent riots, you won't know if is murderer a debt of gratitude. Okay, so obviously you are not the one who seek. You may carry on with your investigation. Thanks. Whee! Right, back to the Hall of Flames we go. Yeah, just run. So I forgot there was already trace of the bigger plot here. Like I remember the Doman's refugee closing is in effect, but I didn't remember it was in dispatch. Where's the merchant? Dead. Murdered? I mean, all 7 hell. Was not simply murdered, he was silenced. Too many knew of his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. In despair, though, you may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Yay! Revolution. Left the word that you were proceed to. As soon as we return, you wish to discuss your recent discoveries. Alright. The dancing Pope is not here anymore. Alright, we go back here. How much we go in time? We're good on time. You've been inspecting me? Sweet.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room.
Alright.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Reviva la revolución!
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
I have right. I'm the part of the story where people are revolting
The
against
destruction wrought by Bahamut was
the
greatest at the
merchants.
Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record exists.
Wait. I'm stopping the voiceover for a second. This zone is a zone that does not exist anymore. This is a 1.0 zone. This is before Will Be Born.
There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving
sure.
the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagan ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Yep.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Don't you
By
stick up for
inciting the
Manala,
less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths?
money.
What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Money.
Omega,
Okay, yeah.
Pardon?
If it's not money, it's world domination. Alright.
An Allagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If
No.
accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
Wrong.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Carlians did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
Why do you think?
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Alright. And it's break time. Go back here. We play some music, and I'll see you all in 3 minutes. Won't be long. Alright, I'm back. We're back. Let's continue this. Right before the lyric starts, too. uh, Sorry, I was doom scrolling Twitter quickly, and I saw two things. One is the main guy behind Hytale seeking people for making what would be essentially create of Minecraft, but in a Hytale vanilla. So I'm very happy to see this post, and especially since like yesterday was announced like one of the people that made mod for like cosmetic and such was now working for Hytale. Like literally, they're going to make cosmetic for Hytale. Hytale has been doing incredible things, and they're releasing update 2, I think, this weekend or some shit. They're very proactive. They listen to feedback. They listen to people. Like, it's. I'm so surprised they're doing such a good work. Like, GG, man. This is what we need. Especially for like early access game, because there's too much early access games. Like, they'll wait for updates, they'll wait for feedback, and sometimes like, oh, we don't have anything, so well, we don't do shit, or we'll do something, but we did not listen to you guys. Like, Hytale has been proactive in their updates. They've been proactive in listening to feedback, proactive to be listening to a lot of stuff, a lot of things. And I'll need to bring back Hytales on stream, even if it's just solo. I don't care. I'll start solo and invite friends from time to time. Oh, I could do that, actually. And I saw something else from Glitch Production, and it's an announcement of a series called Game Overs. I have no idea. I'm curious. So, hey, let's continue this. Stories we tell. That's what. Should be glad to know that the truth, and yet the thought of all this chaos was product of one man's lust for power sickens me. Oh, you have no idea the length they will go, my friend. Oh yeah, that's one thing. They tell of like, oh, Omega has been in production of Alag and to be the equivalent of Ramuh. The Bahamut. Spoilers, no. Bahamut was way stronger. Is way stronger than Omega. That's for one. For two, Omega is not a lag in technology. But this is a little spoilers. So I will not say more than that for now. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the science? And they even felt the need to do so is the most troubling. It's in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the science best suited for this task. Do take a moment to visit the other's nest and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Alright. Begone, whelp. This is no place for children. Nope. Is this the kid that don't have their parents anymore? Good for you. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. Find a man. Where are my parents with him? They were not. I have several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them. Yeah, her parents are clearly dead. Of course, but first must finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret and you see, and so no one else is allowed to listen. Perhaps you could wait for me a bit by the pillars over there? We regard about a moment. Enter to the quicksand. Momodi will know what to do. A Legion of Guardian in Aether Star Primals, even dealing with the nations, would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I feel Midfield is too ambitious. We rush Aether and yawn in the response with threats as they arise. We're not concerned for the strain it places on our limited resource in ourselves. And that's come for a change. Yep, a stupid change. Feeling under this sudden, but I'm asking you to return to Ruinstall with all due haste. Situation 12 has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in details once you arrive. It is primal fighting time. Crosswood and the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I received no reports of exilic activity which leaves the sylphs. Koali, you know what as well as I that the appearance of the primal takes precedence over all else. When you arrive, do inform an antecedent that while I'm grateful for concern, I need fear for my safety. I'm more than capable of protecting myself. You're not! For fuck's sake, Alfino, you're not! Oh my god, you cannot protect yourself. Where's your sister? Oh my god, this kid. I will kick his ass. Later in the story, he does get better. Later in the story, he does capable of defending himself. Don't get me wrong. At this point in the story, that kid's a dumbass. He's a wimp. He's but just he got spigoty arms, incapable of doing things. Why are there so many people here? This was weird. Oh. Alright. What news from the terrors of the front line? The latest news from Mulder was most disturbing. Yes. We'll have to talk. The injury, all this will. If you're ready to begin, I will summon them. Yes. This one. Yes, this one. The Lord of Living. That's much shorter than I remembered. Oh no, wait, I remember this quest is very long. Sure, should not have summoned you if you're not urgent business then. I have received most of the disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adders. You have the reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called for the Revered Guardian, the Prowl Ramuh. I'm sorry, I may have, and it is not certain. Taylor Seer informed us that the Elemental themselves remember of the Lord Livin's return to the forest. Sifland, however, displayed no signs of undue commotion. But if I need not to contradict the Elemental's testimony, unlike is more Bellicus compares, Gerda and so on, Ramuh is reputed to act only in defense of his children. I imagine we'll soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs on their territories. The importance of this development concerned me. Are we not keeping a close watch on the Touched One and their movement? Version for a sunny ritual were indeed underway, but surely would have not escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon? Your force on this eventually and did not prevent it? Until Papalimo, suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once again for the calamity, but that was because of the Guardians came tramping through their forests. As long as the custom Orient stands, Sylph cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ina and I, in agreement, the action of the forest folk were inevitable and avoidable. And the maintaining of reservation will have remained the best policy had it not been the sudden influx of stranger into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. It's like the sylphs perceived this panic migration as yet another invasion and quickened their effort to summon their god. And put in mind of Titan and the kobolds, once again, it is an affair of men which have paved the way for Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilized influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Through your dealing with Sylph of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an ultimately untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one has treated with the Sylph so fruitfully in the past, not just in their success with their patron's deity? If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first steps to breaking the cycle of primal summon. With found hope. For such thing possible, we will not have been at war with basements since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion anon. We must need to first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The elder Sincere has requested your personal involvement. Report to the Commander Ul'dah at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Yep. Since after the worst, what I hope for the best. For the peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Livin will prove less than a miracle. In such an event, your fellow Scions will, of course, lend you whatever support you require. They will not. They'll watch me from the side like, yay, you can do this. Let's go. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Weird. Alright. Adder's Nest. Teleport. Actually, we do report. Return. Ah! C'est Ul'dah. The appearance of the primals ever cause for an alarm and unease. Okay, we go see. Let's see here first. Okay, sure. If I go by here, where do I go? I'm not. Oh, right. I'm gonna be close. Okay. Perfect. I'm not one to be near the to hang out in Gridania. Yeah. Let me in. Let me in! So everyone's here and no one waited for me? Jeez.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Hey. Oh boy, I need to go back over there. Is it, Little Solace? No, Little Solace is, yeah, here. Just teleport. I'm streaming, kitty. Now's not the time. Rest here. You'll have all the dishes you want after stream or a break for 3 minutes. Give me a few. As long as she expects you. I understand you go to treat the primal Ramuh himself. I know they will pass, but one of which I have no doubt are well suited. So Science are conducting an investigation in the area as we speak. Okay, yeah, this is the quest. Okay, yeah, let me do this. For one. Living in an impression. Yeah, here we go. I remember this quest. This will be sent as soon as your fellow Scion finish their investigation. I imagine it will be much longer. This one return, you return with good tidings. Wise one have finished searching, have wisely identified a precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Ramuh. Time is impeccable, my fluttery friend. May you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow science. With this one's pleasure, a walking one, please come with this one. They changed the quest? I doubt it. I remember this quest to be very long and complicated at the time because of the limitation of blood levels and all, and we could not fly either. Wise one of venture deep within the Sylphland. These one must proceed carefully and keep an eye out of the touched one. Oh, they did change the quest. Okay, to explain a little, the quest before was the touched one, the purple sylphs, were posing threats, and we had to sneak ourselves in. Literally, we had to use like invisibility action they were giving us to reach certain point and do certain fight. It was very long and very unnecessary, to be fair. Now they're skipping everything, actually. Well, sorry, but this one's going to be a little further. Draw too close to our Ramuh. May turn to a nice little touch. Yeah. Yeah, literally. We're skipping the whole quest. So it is, yeah, because there were tricks of like the touched one, the purple sylphs, of like taking the appearance of the science, and we had to use some items to reveal them. Yep, Lord Levin's away. Okay, so literally they removed the whole quest.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
And Ultima.
I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed, or light and dark given form when man was born. It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye, but there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
I still need to kick your ass, old man. Alright, fine.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Alright. The striking tree. So if we don't wait for long for this one. It is a hate player thing. It's an easy fight, not a complicated one. So at least it's that. Let's hope we don't wait for an eternity. That's all I wish. How's everyone doing? Hope everything's doing well. Oh god. I can finally move my neck a little better now. Hey. But yeah, I've been thinking also of like Alan Wake next week. I'm thinking of maybe starting stream sooner, like an hour sooner, doing like from 6, just to be able to finish Alan Wake before Friday. I could always start Friday to Alan Wake, finish it, but I don't want to start the DLC afterward yet. I'll be doing the DLC. What is it? Is American Nightmare, I think the name of it, because it is important to lore. But I've never done it. I never finished it. Did I ever start it? I don't think I've even done it. But yeah, I want to do DLC because it is important to lore for that way. Cold on M. I want to play Cold on M on stream. But with February Fantasy Comics starting soon, I was like, oh, we need to do. I want to do Tactics so bad. I can't wait. There's so much good music in this. I'll be enjoying this, and the fact that the whole Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicle is fully voice act, like, this is insane, and the voice acting is on point. Oh boy. But yes, I want to play Cold the Lamb. I think right now that I want to try to settle the Pokemon, because I want to finish Pokemon too many types. I do want to start Nuzlocke. I think those will fall into the weekends. Have maybe a day every week or two of like, hey, we do Pokemon, or we do Cold and Lamb, we do something. Because Cold and Lamb, I could link my Twitch account and have you guys join in as followers. That could be fun. And make you spend your channel points. I'll have to think about it. Aside that, I'm starting to think like there will be Minecraft in March, which expect during that whole month to be nearly whole Minecraft. Nearly. There's going to be... I have to push a little away my project. Right now, a lot is happening in my real life. Like, I'm so exhausted until I get things better, until I get the writings better, because I've not continued writing at all for the whole month. Because work. I guess I've slowed down a lot of things. But I will start working on those pretty soon. I'm starting to think. Yeah, so far there's not really new games per se. I am pushing also, I was supposed to play Lies of P. Right now I'm thinking of playing Lies of P in April or May. I want to play Lies of P. Lies of P seems so incredible. The story looks so good. Like, I saw a friend of mine play this game, and even me, I play only the demo before release. It looks so good. It's so fun. It's a Souls-like game. Like, I don't care. But yeah, this will highly take nearly the whole month too. But there's been some other games of like, I want to play these games, but I'm not in a rush. So it's mean like Minecraft, Hytale will either become like weekend days or off schedule, maybe. Yeah, there it is. But I'm starting to settle into a like a schedule of like main game will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday's Final Fantasy. For now, 14 only, but eventually I'll take a break from 14 and go do another Final Fantasy. Because I do want to play Final Fantasy Renaissance, which is someone who took Final Fantasy 1, NES styles, the 8-bit, added new jobs, added a new class, do a lot of quality of life, did a lot of correction of the game. Like, it looks insane. I want to play that. I want to play Final Fantasy Renaissance so bad. Oh, come on. There's a Pokemon Nuzlocke I want to do. I could do a Pokemon Nuzlocke during a month of summer. That could be fun. Yeah. I want to play. This will be mainly for next year, but a Mario month, like March. During not this year, because this year will be the next chapter, but next year, like during March, it's only Mario games. Cause I got like, I want to replay Mario RPG. I need an excuse to replay Mario RPG. It's easy, it's fun. I don't care. There's Super Mario Wonder. I never actually finished. I don't even reached the half point because I could replay Mario Odyssey. It's so good. If you don't can figure it out, by the way, I was a Nintendo kid. Play a lot of Nintendo games, like I've played. Did I play all of the Metroid games? I played 1, 2, Super Metroid. Yeah, I did play all the Metroid games. Aside Prime 4 that I've not touched yet. And I don't know if I want to, for a couple of reasons. I've played absolutely all the Zelda games. Yes, even the CDI ones. I've played them. Expensive playthrough, if you ask me. It's so expensive. There it is. Ramuh. Alright. This one's a simple fight. Let's go. So, main mechanic is it will do a debuff on 2 party members, which will prevent them to do anything at all. Like, right, it's the Viper. So, yeah, you need, when you get the AoEs of electricity, you need to bring the AoE to them, to unfree them. And the balls don't touch them unless of a simple mechanic that will appear a little later on. And now's the time you leave the main and you fight these guys. One is over there. There we go. That was a DPS check. Okay, when you are linked to someone, one of you needs to take a tree charge. If you don't, it will not bleed. It will do constant damage. Nope, a healer will be terrorized. Please. I see like the summoner taking the Viper. You can actually ignore these after the first time because they're just there to be annoying. Anyway, I beat an old man. GG, old man. Also, up to something. There we go. It was a little too loud. All right.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light.
Oh, he's not dead.
And I judge thee a worthy champion.
Yay.
The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
Yeah.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Alright. We go back to things. Actually, this time I choose it. I want this one. No, I don't want to hear that. This is the spoiler ahead. The day I play Final Fantasy VI on stream, expect to have the music be blasting nearly constantly. I'm not sorry. I love that Final Fantasy VI soundtrack so bad, Lee. You've returned. There I has come receive your visit. I have killed an old man. That you should test the farm as well, then you some experience in such matters. Little Celeste will be relieved to hear that Lord considered you as the forest champion's peace. Alright. What little gods are made of? Yeah, now we go back to... Yeah, we go back here. Go back here. Yo! Also, one of the things I wanted to play again is Phasmophobia. Like, there have been... I'd not touched since the updates of the new map. And go back to Demonologist. I want to learn that game more, too.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
Old man wanted to fight. I threw hands. I won.
Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Always fun.
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Alright. So we get our Rising Stone, yep. Collecting Maldona. We'll take a break there. Alright. So it's going to be break time. Let me switch you over here. Let's put some music, and I'll see you all in 3. And I'm back. Welcome back from the ads too slowly. Hey, let's go back. Uh, I don't know how long I'll continue. I am still exhausted. Uh, I still want to finish at least 2.3. Let me go look which quests finish with 2.3. I think that's what we're going to do today. I will finish 2.3 and then we'll finish. Which means does not have a lot left, if I recall correctly. Because after that we start the bigger ones. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We are at what little gods are made of. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 quests afterward. Alright, we'll do the 5 quests, then we'll finish. Because I'll go to bed soon. I'll go to bed early tonight. Hey! Enter. Thank you. Yay! We are bringing the word. Bird is the word. Is it voice?
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
It's not clean though, don't lick
As
it.
all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And There it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
I find it weird for her to call him by his title like that. Oh, stop. Thank you. Hey. The Lord of Livin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno vortex brag, world, and live in. All have now be humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, Highland's servants grow mightier by the day. This scene just proved more of something. Yet she prosper at a great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too infinite. 7 times have the masses survived their rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet, even as it innervates the auto empower our master, all that remain is to nurture the strength of the gifted, forge the final king. There is that task to which we bend our every effort. Divide seeds uh, wherever want to quicken Eosia's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arrive. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. You have no idea how much in this just simple scene just made me realize something about 7.4 they're doing right now. This one stupid cutscene, they were all there. Oh my god. Alright. We got 5 quests. President has been put to rest. There is something I would show you. A letter. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eosian Alliance, acknowledging the Science tireless service to the realm. Okay, thanks. Which means the name of all the defeated primals, if we title Garuda, Good King, Moogle, Mug, 12, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. This is to say there is only one among our numbers who have faced them all. Although these were gradually were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my full thanks for all that you have done in the course of your duty. You have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You're a true hero, and your is that much the safer for your presence. Pretty misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guards. The action may rely upon sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Or even without their encouragement, we may be assured that man will form and strive on his own. This is to say nothing of the beast tribe. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals do will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow. There is no better gift. That we have the courage to strive for what we might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on Burfan. To the people you have won over to their cause in doing, our list of enemies have never ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. The Sylphidil Solus, who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans in the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there is Sids in the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mystery of the ancient Alag, that we might be spared to the horrors of another Ultima weapon. And of course, when we speak of our greatest ally, let's not forget those who chose closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Science. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our orders uniquely equipped to combat a far-reaching corruption of Ashen, and combat it we shall. The hardcore incident, given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I just will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Hey, rich kid. Spoiled brat. The trouble of Inulda no longer requires your attention. It's a rumbling of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. This report such as stand before you now, because now he has a stupid plan. We're christening with the new organization we discussed. Yep, there we go. You recall a refugee girl, those who were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass her. Okay, they survived. They did not die. Lucky. For to remember the poor girl's name on the phone. Yeah. For some time now, I believe might suggest you put effort to the realm. Blah, which remind me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yeah, I think I recall this quest. But yeah, technically Alphino's plan is not bad per se. It just, yeah. Yeah. Hey kids, what's up? I'll find primals, and they were some of the strongest enemy you could ever face. I wish I could have seen your battle. Train us today. That's the commotion then. Ah, there it is. Mr. Boulder. Believe proper introduction have yet to be made. I am known as Ori Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Kultane. Though we may remain largely unproven as an adventurer, we have taken upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the heart of combat. Yes, let's teach the kid how to fight. Not even anymore, we are adventurers. And we are just asking Miss Sally if she could give us a special training. I think we're ready to hunt monster alongside her, don't you? No. Anyways, but I'm afraid the friends of Modena still deliver so slightly dangerous for you. I got a proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Hallie? A demonstration of skill at harm, if you will. Ori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, perhaps I am, but what matter the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Ellie? Would you consent to a spar with me? I'll kick your ass, buddy. It's a good buddy, by the way. It's a good friend, but I'll kick his ass. Alright. Try to disappoint them. Have faith, Kotane. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of the town should be suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Yeah, this is the one where they present us new NPCs. There is a goal to do as an NPC, by the way. It's not for nothing. Let's just say that. Yeah. I don't want to say too much. Hey. To battle. You wait for any longer. Is it you wish to fight her alone? That is Hallie you face. A better way to test my mettle. Pray allow me to attempt this first round unaided. After all, was this hero's legends that led me to join the Science to begin with. Not Hallie to inspire my effort will not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear that the contest will end too swiftly, I shall hand my spells to your blade work. Yep, and now more people are joining in. Who are these people? I mean, that's Ida and Tancred. About a sparring match, I told everyone I could find, though. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. As there are still more to come, when I mentioned Ellie's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems to be but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can't win, Mr. Boulder. Such power tells Barry to cast that. The boy Ramuh is bully. Like this, Tancred is early. There's. Who are you? Like among those people, there are NPCs that we will see. I think the Elizabeth with the axe is one. Same for Mikote. Oh no, he looks hurt. I killed the other one. Can you give up, Mr. Boulder? Okay. So that's cheating. That's immortality. 2, 1. Alright. Buddy was using okay. This is a great explanation for Paladin back then. Paladin, the tech stance of nowadays is different. Back then, Paladin was receiving their quote-unquote tech stance at level 40, which is very late, considering that you're supposed to have it sooner. So he had the Sword Oath, which is a DPS stance for tank, and the Shield Oath, which is technically the tank stance, what is providing way more defense than it used to be, that it used now. So Buddy was cheating. You yield. Haha. Haha. Not really at the same time, but yeah. Why I sent you to deal with Primal, much more to do if I remember to attempt this Sam. I'm fairly sure we see her again. If it's not her, it's the one that looks nearly the same as her. Impressive as always, it is a ever pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. Judging by the smile of on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea, yes, that is the most fitting title. You recall when we first met? It was the memorial service for the Battle of Cartano. The time was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea, and such a grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abound, yet the effort I saw expended toward their solution was haphazard and half-hearted, but I was in foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles in their home was in, would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius in the order of the proposed to enforce. The negative single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for the desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have been done the realm to its face long ago. Threats were too many, the nation too self-involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me to salvage the heroes it was possible. Ah, 'twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, infuriating, stubborn people, that suffer blow after terrible blow only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though we never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this indistinguishable courage grew into fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitant in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. Ah. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of the Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil toward a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The trouble that plagues us are a scale that cannot be solved by the sign of the Seventh Dawn alone. Now, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the scheme of the Ashen is a new, splendid organization that operates beyond the limitation of nation and border. You will aid me in building such an organization. Let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Sun. Again, it's not a bad idea. It's a good thing. But the kid was stupid. Because there was an issue with this. There is an issue with this plan. Ah, nice. Alright, so we'll have recruiting of the realm. Oh man, they're. Oh, forgot how much there were. So the chaos was the formation of a new organization group that shall pave the way to the United Eorzea. I don't care which one you gave me; they're useless. That will first be the grand plan. since the advent of the seventh Austral era, the leader of the Three Nations of the ability over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate blah blah. I'm going to start skipping. I've been reading for too long. My mind is not here anymore. A realm-wide rank company, if you will. The military might. Yeah, in other words, he wants to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He wants to have a group of people that can go from nation to nation, not attached to it, and act and aid people. It's literally a new military force, some sort. As of the logistical formation have become the source of endless debate. Discussion will continue more, blah blah blah. Primarily military outfit. Sensation with the authority of the incident. This time were terrorists to protect and its people. In other words, would be like a military force under the science. And yeah, now we need to have the approval of the three leaders, which he will use our authority. Well, not our authority, our reputation. Like, if he would have went to ask for this, he would have been refused. But the fact that he has us, they will all say yes. Alright, we start with Liminsa. No, don't teleport. I need to go right here. Hey, bud. Yep. Now we go find people. Is it all in the upper deck? 1, 2. It is all on the upper deck. Okay. Bye-bye. Alright. You don't care. I'm pretty sure I'll remember the NPCs we meet because we're just scouting and trying to invite people, but most people will say, "Fuck, go fuck yourself." There are a few ones that will like, "Oh, we are interested." You don't care. Go here. I don't think I'll be able to continue. Actually, I'm falling into the... Oh, here's one. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this one will be imported with us. No, the 7th session. Oh yeah, these two won't not care if I recall. I think that's what it is. That we do the tree grenadation. We'll scout us ahead, and there's going to be 3 NPC where we will interact with them that will be very interested, and those will be important, or at least more important than the others. Oh, that's my healing spell right there. Please. I think what we'll do is we'll finish this quest and stop for tonight. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to finish the quest. I am already falling asleep. Not you. Don't care much. You. Which you won't care about me. Yes, I know. Because we have Ulda and Limbs and Gridania afterward. There we go. At the airship landing. Here's yeah, it was a guy from the Company of Heroes. Where is this? Okay, we go back here, and this is where we'll stop. Because, yeah, I feel. To be fair, I've been going on a few days without coffee or tea. And like in the past few days, just to let you know, like me trying to stay awake so long was I was taking naps. Today I decided that I will not take any nap. I will stay awake, which I did. But I've reached a point of like I'm currently falling asleep very badly now. I blame my new schedule. That's why I was trying to think of like maybe I'll start 1 hour sooner. And it's still in my mind. I might do that. I actually might need to repost my reference with my new scheduling. I've looked up and they're still talking about either my debut or well my first stream or my whole schedule. So I might need to change those actually. Anyway, time to log out. I thought I was able to keep up, but I can't. There was a lot of talk, dude. I exhausted me. But yes, we will. I will continue to work on this. I want to finish A Realm Reborn. I want to reach Ishgard ASAP, so I can do the off-stream grinding. I think what I might do is, while I do the off-stream grinding for the Dark Knight in Astrologian, what I will do is on the Fridays I will play something else, and when I'm ready to do things to like a batch of it, I'll do them. We'll do again the first stream. That's what I'm starting to think what I'll do. Alright. Let's switch back here. Oh boy. Alright, music. This one. Who do we have online? Who do we have online? Do we have someone? I do see someone. But I think they're ending soon. You know what? I don't care. I'm sending you out to a friend. So her name is Fuatato. I've played Peak with her. Music, you're loud. Thank you. So yeah, I've played Peak with her. She's a good friend, which I do know out of stream. So please support her if you like her content. She's very great. She draws most of the time. Right now she's playing Uma Musume. I don't know how long she'll last, but I'll send you guys to her anyway. So let's start the raid. I'm exhausted. I'll probably talk a few seconds, then go lurking on my own side afterward. So on this, everyone, I wish you all a good night, a good evening, a good day, a good afternoon, a good morning, wherever you are there. Please do take care of yourself. I know US is going to get hit by a snowstorm very bad. I am affected by weather, by the temperature mainly. Like, it's getting freaking cold. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow there's a stream. Tomorrow 4 p.m. EST. There's a stream. It's a surprise. That's all I'm going to say. And that's pretty much it. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll see you all on Monday with Helen Wake. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.